Hey everyone, this is Walter, and we're back here with more Lucas content. Lucas is a 44-year-old man looking for a woman half his age or less. People keep informing me that my original Lucas video on my first channel isn't there anymore. I don't have the files from things that old, but I feel like I should talk about early Lucas again anyway. Let's get started with the horror of Lucas Werner, the broke atheist. We've heard Lucas called himself the wizard in that one story. Check it out if you haven't. But the first time he really tried to market himself was when he became the broke atheist in Olympia, Washington. Oh man, we're really going back here. The year 2012. Lucas's ex Suzanne had just broken up with him, so he stalked her until it got him a domestic violence charge. My girlfriend just broke up with me. I don't have any place to go. I can't go back home because I have done that before and it didn't work out. I don't think I have any friends in Olympia who can help me. I guess when I get my check I'll go to California or New York. I'm not sure how far $700 is going to take me, but I have to go somewhere and I can't stay here. I don't know what I'm going to do. Everybody hates me. I wish you all the best. It was fun. Maybe I'll check in every once in a while. Take care. He actually stayed in Olympia for a number of years after this, and he would become the broke atheist, some homeless guy who hung out at the artesian well all day ranting about atheism. Olympia blows. Nothing but lesbians, Republicans, classist rich females, and ageist bigot hypocrites who scream for Bernie, but nothing for me in 4 years. Okay, so a bit of a time skip. Lucas spent another 4 years trying to get laid in Olympia as the broke atheist, to no avail. Prologue. Bernie Sanders. 90% of the women I'd fuck are throwing their panties at Bernie Sanders. Chapter 1. Bitches. No. It's impossible for a poor, old, non-religious man with all the best ideas on how to combat greed, born in 1941, who's grouchy, slightly overweight, with white hair, being screamed at by hot college chicks like he's John Lennon, to be considered sexy. While a liberal atheist guy has been excluded by women for 4 years while giving food to homeless people for 4 years. While guys who do nothing get all the love in the world, or that fascism has made you hate what you will not even consider worthy, in an ageist bigot maneuver that smacks of racism in a town where Black Lives Matter posters are on every shop window, recreational marijuana is legal, same-sex marriage is the law of the land, and that we have a female running against a Jew to follow up the first African-American president. Lucas can't decide if Bernie is non-religious or Jewish apparently. I also vaguely want to smack him around for making that entire thing one sentence. I'll spare you most of it because we have a lot of posts to get to. Epilogue. Bill me. Anywhere you want to eat in Olympia, no matter the expense. We can go see a movie, get drinks, coffee, go to the theater, bowling, mini-golfing, whatever you want. You tell me. Suggest something and we'll figure it out. I have money and savings I literally need to spend and would enjoy spending time with you. You can even come over here for Netflix and chill and barbecue. That's one better. 60-inch HD TV. Wow. Convince me you're worthy. But not you. You're too afraid. Here's one of his attraction signs with candy he bought with food stamps and left out for the homeless. Hashtag feel the burn. I give up 15% of my EBT card money a month to the Olympia community. I haven't gotten laid in 4 years. I walk 5 miles a day for exercise. You might want to try being less of a dick. The broke atheist. Wouldn't you be a hypocritical Democrat if a poor old Jewish man named Bernie Sanders became the next American president and you still refuse to be my girlfriend? I have no idea why Lucas thought a career politician who is currently a senator was poor. That's not my understanding. He's going to mention his site conversation rage a lot, and I actually have a few videos covering it. And just look at how the broke atheist slides into your DMs. Many women your age, older men than 30, or even perhaps older. This Bernie Sanders has opened a lot of minds to intergenerational dating. Much like Obama opened up interracial dating quite a bit. Let's face it. If you support Bernie Sanders, you already like a non-religious liberal man without a lot of money, who advocates that we pay it forward. I'm not saying I'm a 74-year-old secular Jew, but I'd say it's an apt analogy if you ask me. My idea of a hookup would be a nice dinner with you sometime, to get to know each other better. To be with you, Lucas. Oh god, imagine getting sent that. He sure came to some weird conclusions about Bernie Sanders. I think I just proposed to a hot millionaire shopaholic 19-year-old atheist Bernie Sanders supporter that wants to have my babies and is buying me a suit, her address, and is going to live with me in Spokane, on her dime mind you, and then take me to London after the biggest presidential election in 3 centuries. Okay, that's how he ended up catfish to Spokane, of course, but we're not covering that today. This is all going to be from Olympia and Tumwater. I need a little white girl to impregnate. It's not a race thing, they're just sluttier. What do men want more than anything else in the world? A woman. What are women who ignore one dude and won't have sex with him? Sexist females. If nothing entitles me to pussy, I have nothing, therefore logically, I'm entitled to pussy. He sure is a deep thinker, isn't he? Lucas is actually way more careful with what he says now than he was as the broke atheist, believe it or not. My self-summary. I'm an atheist and haven't touched a woman in 5 years. I'm not gay. I don't hate. I refuse to talk to women in public unless they talk to me first. Why does the man always have to be the pursuer? Isn't that a little sexist? I'm interested in a long-term or even short-term relationship as long as she's 30 or under when we begin dating. Lots of reasons. Mainly because younger women are prettier, and we have more in common. Bernie, marijuana, atheism, science, texting, music interests. I could continue. Age phobia is your problem, millennial babes. Feminine youth is energy, and masculine age is wisdom. Energy plus wisdom equals success. He refuses to talk to women in public unless they go up to him. Yeah, the Elliot Rodger approach. Let me remind you what this guy looks like with this picture of him seemingly creeping on middle schoolers. I'm sure it'll work out. Would I date a 74-year-old woman? Probably. I've dated 4 women who are older than I am. My last was 18 years older than I am, and that was 4 years ago. But let's talk about preferences versus prejudices. This isn't a new way of life like experimenting with homosexuality. No one here is saying homosexuality is wrong. Dating an older man may be a new way of life if you're a woman who wants respect and appreciates his efforts. #never ageist. I'm kinda surprised how little he's talking about atheism. Maybe he should have called himself the broke Bernie bro instead. Ageism, the bigotry of our age. We gave the black guy a chance. President Obama. In that time, the auto industry and housing market came back. Recreational marijuana was legalized in 3 states, Washington, Colorado, Oregon. Same-sex marriage was legalized, and people respect the United States again. We're giving the old guy a chance. Bernie Sanders, because he's against money in politics and not taking any corporate cash to run his campaign. Obama also lost New York, and Bernie has more delegates than Obama had by this point, and he's closer to beating Hillary Clinton than Barack Obama was in April 2008. Are you saying you'll date a black guy but not a 36-year-old guy who's lost 160 pounds since 2007 and could out-hike an 18 to 30-year-old guy in both distance and endurance? He thinks we solved racism and homophobia, so now we should focus on why he can't get laid. What a genuine person. We all laugh at inbred rednecks. Brother has sex with sister, creates offspring. Offspring has sex with cousin, creates offspring. Offspring has sex with grandmother, creates offspring. But look at the bigger picture. Baby boomer has sex with baby boomer, creates Generation X. Generation X has sex with Generation X, creates millennials. Millennial has sex with millennial, creates Generation Z. Inbreeding. I need to create a child. I was born in 1979. Male. I need someone born in 1998. Female. Intragenerational inbreeding is too close to incest for my personal comfort. I happen to have designed a warp communicator. Lucas claiming to have invented a warp communicator is way funnier than inbred rednecks will ever be. And never forget the time that people got mad at him for asking a 15-year-old girl to go get a burrito with him when she turned 16. Guess what? I'm not a pedophile. I asked a 15-year-old girl out 3 months ago. It was for when she was 16 later on in the month. 16 is legal. 21 is legal to drink. Asking a 20-year-old to a drink when they're 21 is not illegal. Back off. I personally feel that mating with my own age group is as damaging to future generations of my offspring as mating with my cousins or my sister, if I had a sister. I'm more suited to someone closer to 18 or early 20s. That doesn't mean I haven't tried. I feel better around younger women than I do around women my age or older. That doesn't mean I hate them. It doesn't mean I feel entitled to date younger women any more than a rapist is entitled to rape his victim. I'm just saying that I would personally feel better to date the youngest women possible, and as liberal as possible as well, because a relationship with a conservative probably wouldn't work for me. I also have more money saved than I did 5 years ago. I'm very frugal right now, as inconvenient as it has been for me. I've mentioned it before, but 16 is only legal in Washington State within 3 years, otherwise it's 18. And I think it took years, but people finally managed to hammer that into Lucas's skull, and he's currently talking about 21-year-olds. Notice how bad he is at being a liberal too. He's like, oh, you'll date a black guy, but not me. Like that's an okay thing to say. He also likes to act like he's an ally to queer people. But is he? Well, let's see. I don't understand how you can be a young, lower-class conservative female with smartphone access to the largest database of information in human history in a blue state. Level with me here. You're a lesbian. You're talking to girls on that thing. It's the only explanation. Let's be real. Republicans are liars. They hate women. They don't give a damn about economic history. You're not even close to being a millionaire. Rape of females is totally acceptable legislative practice to be posed by your political party. The only way you can succumb to that level of bullshit at your age and your gender, surrounded by so many progressives, is that you aren't honest with yourself about not being straight. You're a party of liars and obviously don't care about your economic or gender situations. I'm guessing you're a closet lesbian. Just be honest with me. Conservatives are homos. You're a female conservative. You'd rather talk to girls. Wow, he's so charming. I really can't see from these posts how he didn't get laid for that 4 years. I've never felt that women not dating me should be placed on the blame of women. The society isn't controlled by women. It's controlled by money, and an ageist society is largely the fault of white men with money. Lucas, white men with money have nothing to do with the fact that you can't get laid. Have you tried Googling your name? Holy shit. I think I'm worthy of dating young women. I've dated every other age group. I've lost 160 pounds. I'm 36. I walk 2 miles a day. I came up with the idea of intergenerational integration. I designed a warp communicator, for which I wrote an equation, and I designed a shirt. I'm also very benevolent and give away groceries every month and prefer a relationship with a female where I do most of the cooking. He forgot to tell you the part where she's supposed to do all the working and support his fat ass. Also, his cooking is the stuff of nightmares to the point that I've made entire videos about it. Stop telling me to go to the hospital. Stop telling me to find God. Stop telling me to go to shelters. Stop allowing me to be homeless. I think this is where Lucas slept in a cold, rainy alleyway despite his family and his, followers, I guess. Let's see what he said, and then maybe I'll call it a day. Family. You've got to love family. They tell you to either find Jesus, go to the mental hospital, or they put you out on the streets, then entrap you into committing a crime against your friend's housing order, because your loving girlfriend kicks you out of the house for a minor argument in a Mexican restaurant. Even after she suggested you let your Section 8 housing voucher run down to a non-applicable status. And no, you never cheated on her, never stole from her, and you gave her the best sex of her life with you, her boyfriend, 18 years younger than her, who was all set to marry the woman. Yeah, my family just loves me. Oh, so it's his family's fault that he broke that restraining order. He wrote this like it's supposed to be relatable, but goddamn is it not. I'm just sitting here in disbelief that this guy was in his 30s when this happened. Anyway, I think that's about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say, make sure you let me hear it in the comments. I'll be here reading them. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more of the same. And big thanks to my awesome patrons who help support me more directly over on Patreon. It's a huge help. I think that was the majority of the Broke Atheist posts. I realized how little I've covered of early Lucas. Anyway, I'll be back soon with more crap from Reddit. Have a great day, everyone. And good luck with that young Bernie supporter in Spokane, Lucas.